Welcome dear students for the one more lecture in mechanical engineering measurement. We are discussing measuring instrument chapter. In today's class we will discuss about errors in measurement. So let us see what is an error. Error may be defined as the difference between the measured value and the true value. So whatever is the measured value and the true value, that difference is known as error. So this true value, whatever I know with a known value, I am going to find out this measured value, and the difference between these two values, that is true value and measured value, determines me what is known as this error. Then there are different types of errors. First one is known as assembly error. These errors are due to displaced scale or incorrect fitting of the scale 0 with respect to the actual 0 position of the pointer. So whatever pointer we have there, if that pointer is not correctly pointed at 0 scale, that is 0 which is marked on the scale, this is known as displaced scale. So I call this as what? Displaced scale error. The second one is called as non-uniform division of the scale. If the number of divisions are not uniform, then it is called as non-uniform division of the scale. The third one is bent or distorted pointer. So if the pointer itself is bent or distorted, then we call it as bent or distorted pointer error. The errors of this type can be easily discovered and rectified as they remain constant with respect to time. So these errors are going to remain constant with time, and then you can rectify these errors. The second one is known as environmental error. These errors are much more troublesome than assembly errors as they change with time in an unpredictable manner. So you cannot predict them. So therefore the word we are using is unpredictable manner. So unpredictable manner is the word used, so that these are going to change with respect to time. These errors are introduced when an instrument is used in different conditions than in which it is assembled or calibrated. So we are using it in different conditions. So when we are using it in different conditions, then it is assembled and calibrated, then we are going to have this error called as environmental error. The different conditions of use can be temperature, humidity, altitude, etc. So with these conditions, if it is changing, temperature is changing, humidity is changing, height is changing, then there is bound to be the error known as environmental error. These errors can be eliminated or reduced by taking the following precautions. So if you want to reduce these or eliminate, then what are the precautions we need to take? Using the instrument in controlled conditions of pressure, temperature, humidity in which it was originally assembled and calibrated. Like for example, I want to measure a particular value at a temperature, given temperature and pressure and humidity, then I should use that instrument in that condition only where it is assembled and calibrated. Example again I am telling you, if the instrument is calibrated at room temperature of 25 degrees centigrade and a humidity of around 40% and you have and the pressure is atmospheric pressure of 1 bar, then I need to use it at the same temperature and humidity. If the above condition is not possible, then deviation in local conditions must be measured and suitable corrections to the instrument readings must be adopted. So you need to use some corrections and then you need to incorporate them in the device, and then you need to reduce these errors. Automatic compensation using sophisticated devices for such deviations is also possible and usually applied. So you are using some corrections, automatic corrections in the device. Then, although new calibrations may be made in the new conditions, you can calibrate them again in the new conditions also. Then third type of error is called as random error. These errors vary in an unpredictable manner, and it is very difficult to list out all the sources of errors in this class. So why we are having this error? Because it is unpredictable. The error is called as unpredictable error. So it is not we are not able to predict this, therefore the name random error. The most common causes are, what are the common causes for random errors is friction in the measurement. If there is friction in the instrument, then backlash in the movement, hysteresis in elastic members, mechanical vibrations, finite dimensions of pointers and scale divisions, parallax errors between the pointer and the scale. The beauty of this error is that they being random try to cancel each other. Some of these errors can be minimized. For example, hysteresis effect depends on elastic quality of the material, and the designer is expected to be fully conversant with the behavior of the materials. The effect of external vibrations can be minimized by using shock absorbing mountings. Friction in the instrument is however unavoidable. You cannot avoid the friction, but you can use these shock absorbing mountings where you can reduce these vibrations. Then similarly, if you want to reduce the hysteresis, then you need to understand the behavior of the material. Then the fourth one is called as dependent and independent errors. Certain errors add directly whereas others may not. If we use a defective meter scale to measure the length and breadth of a rectangle and use these measurements to calculate the area, then the error computed in the calculation is dependent on the cumulative effects of the errors in the length and breadth measurement. So if the scale itself has some defective, it is defective, then whatever I am going to measure is going to be defective again, and the error what I am going to find out will be a cumulative effect of the errors. Such errors which are dependent on one or another are called as dependent errors. So if you are depending on one, it is called as dependent error. On the other hand, if you use a tire gauge with an incorrect piston size and incorrect spring constant to measure the pressure in the tire, then the error introduced due to incorrect piston size and incorrect spring constant are independent of each other. So they are independent of each other and may sometimes compensate each other, and such errors are called as independent errors. So these are independent. So one error may compensate the other error. So they are called as independent errors. Then the third one is called as, then the last one is called as correlated error. So what is this correlated error? Correlated error exists when a systematic relation between the two quantities being measured. For example, measurement of pressure with a gauge which is not compensated for temperature measurements results in an error in pressure measurement. The error in temperature and pressure measurements are said to be corrected. So with this class we are stopping. So in the next class we will take up what are the sources of errors. Thank you.